Merry Christmas, everybody. We are going to have a great show today because we are talking about our favorite A Christmas Carol movies. And holy moly, I did not realize there were that many that we could choose from. So, hey, everybody, welcome to the show here on Two Geeks and a Microphone.
Welcome to the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast, your one-stop shop for television, movie, video games, comic books, book reviews, and more. Now, without further ado, here's Steven and Mike.
Who talks first? You talk first? I talk first.
Hello there. So who talks first? You talk first. I talk first.
I love it. We're still getting our timing down, everybody. We'll get this all figured out. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Welcome, everybody. Merry Christmas. Mike, Merry Christmas to you, man. We got
Merry Christmas. Wait, it's Happy Birthday. That comes from Frosty.
Yep, I remember that. And then also
Frosty.
And what would be apropos for the show is, and God bless everyone.
Yes, that would be very appropriate. I like that. I like that very much.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. I am your co-host, Mr. Stephen Boster, along with the one, the only, the most looking like Santa between the two of us, Mr. Michael Shanks. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning, or ho, ho, ho. all you geeks out there in geekdom land, or in Santa Claus land, or Christmas land, whatever you want to call it,
or wintry wonderland.
So we have with us another new author on the show. I know you didn't want me to mention it, but I'm going to anyway.
Oh, you're so gracious. Thank you. And so yeah,
your first book came out. Now it's not the
it's not the spiritual sight, my supernatural thriller book.
Right.
In the midst of doing that book, you do a lot of research on different things and stuff like that. And one of the things that, because it's a Christian supernatural book, one of the things that came up is something that I had learned, a meditation tool set or a scripture study tool set that I had used, that I learned like 20 some odd years ago, was called Psalm of the Day, and how it spoke to people. And while I was doing my developmental edits, the whole concept came up that, you know what, I could make this a little book on itself. And so I did. And so it is a nonfiction book on how to read through the Psalms, and it gives overviews, questions. It's a whole journal framework that you could try to do it all in 1 month, or you could do it over a series of 5 months. It's just how it goes, and you can do all kinds of different things. So it's called the Psalms Path. It is live on Amazon, and I think I got up to number 3 in the prayer category as a top seller. I know. I was like,
where is it? Here we go.
Why, thank you. Thank you.
Look at that. I even got a live audience applause for you. No, and you totally surprised me with this book, because you're writing the Christian thriller book. And I was like, right. Hey, how are you coming along with your book? And you go, oh, well, I wrote another one. I was like, what?
Yeah.
It just completely came out of the blue. Where did this come from?
It just came so quick, but it's also nonfiction. And so it was easier to develop and create and stuff. So yeah. And kudos to you, because Mike, everybody did get covers, and I've used them twice now for each book for the covers and stuff. And we found them, and so it was, I'm happy with how things are turning out with those. So thank you for the recommendation on Get Covers. So
yeah, Get Covers worked out really good. So if you're looking to write a book and you're looking for somebody to create your covers, they're very professional. They work really well with you. And they're affordable. That's the main thing.
That's the main thing. They're affordable.
I mean, I got my cover done, I think, for $90 total.
Yeah, but that included all the promotional stuff too, right? Because they included in that price, they
Yes.
include all the promotional materials.
Yeah, because they give you the reveal graphic where it like rips off the paper and you see portion of the cover, and then of course you get the full reveal of the whole cover, and they give you the mock-up of the book, what it would look like, what it looks like on like a iPad or iPhone and stuff like that. So they give you the full thing. It's really nice. I really like them.
Nice. So yeah, anyway, thanks for the shout out. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. All right. So let's see. I'm trying to get back to our videos. I lost them. Goodness, I can't find them. Where'd they go?
They disappeared.
Yeah, I don't know where they're at. I don't know where the videos went, Stephen. I was trying to get to our intro. Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's because we switched to the pro scenes. All right.
Correct.
I'm still learning this whole system. Sorry.
Yeah. No,
all right.
I should have realized it, and I didn't even realize it was going to do that.
Well, I figure we'll jump over to the geeky news because we got one thing in the geeky news, and then Megan has a geek dar for us. So
excellent.
Let's do the geeky news.
Okay.
And if you noticed, it only did it once, not 600 times.
Well done, Mike. Well done.
So the only geeky news I really have, and I guess this is something that really should be talked about, especially on this show, is this week James Gunn released the trailer for his new Superman movie. Now, I have not watched the trailer yet because I'm fearful of watching it.
Okay.
I got a message from our friend Jeff over at Nerdery and Murdery yesterday.
Yes.
And he's like, "Did you watch the Superman trailer?" And I said, "Nope, I'm afraid to." And he goes,
"You haven't seen it?" Okay.
"Yeah, I have not seen it." And he goes, "Well, I did." And I'm like, "Okay." And he goes, "And I'm fearful."
Really?
So, yes.
Really?
And I said, and that's why I haven't watched it yet, because I'm fearful of it.
Okay.
I'm afraid of where this thing is going. I told Jeff, I go, I don't understand how everyone thinks that James Gunn is the savior of the DCU when everything he creates is the Guardians of the Galaxy regurgitated.
Huh.
And I'm
It's
afraid
interesting you would see that. Okay.
Okay.
Everybody, I have seen it. So I watched it like an hour after it came out because I had gotten the teaser to the teaser the day before and watched it.
Yeah, which was just like Superman flying, wasn't it?
It wasn't anything. I mean,
right.
There were some little bits here and there, but I was like, okay. So I was watching for it, and an hour after it came out, I watched it, and yeah.
So what did you think?
I loved it.
Really?
I loved it.
Mm-hmm. Really? Okay, so you're telling me I should watch it then.
Yeah. So I'm surprised Jeff was worried. There is a scene in there because we know Jeff's a dog lover. You're a dog lover. Yeah. And I'm a dog lover.
In fact, I even got my
Nice. I like that. Everybody who's wearing a black shirt with is that a basset hound?
No, it's a lab, black.
Okay,
lab.
it's a lab with a Christmas hat on them. Looks good.
Because my dog she's a part lab, part pit. So this was the closest actually it looks quite a bit like her. So it's my Luna shirt. All three of us have them.
Nice. I love it.
Brenda got hers first and I went, I want a Luna shirt.
Yeah, that's funny. So you get to see Crypto in it. And in the scene that you see him with is that's a man's best friend, kind of a thing. So I had that affinity to it. The
so Crypto won you over, not so much Superman.
No, I think he'll be a good Superman. He's tall like Superman should be. He's a head above everybody else. The actor's pretty tall, evidently.
Well, that's good.
If you've seen Marvelous Miss Maisel, that actress, it plays Lois Lane. which I'm like, okay, she's got acting chops. This is not just a nobody who's playing Lois Lane. Um, you still get the innocence of Clark Kent Superman kind of a thing. That's one of the things I loved about Smallville, the show in the beginning. And then even with Henry Cavill playing, there was a sense of innocence behind that character. You still see that.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Did they allude to this as like right after Clark has moved to Metropolis? Is that what's going on?
Well, it may be a year or two in.
Okay. So
because I saw an interview
early on in his career then.
Yes. So he and Lois know each other, kind of a thing. So there's not, that's from my understanding, because I've been trying to read up on some stuff, because it's not real clear in the trailer, because it's just just a basic trailer. So there is in the trailer a very cool slow-mo scenes. Now, everybody, I am a Zack Snyder fan. Sorry for those who may disagree with me. That's okay. I love the visual spectacle of his stuff. Yes, he has to work on his plot.
I got a love-hate relationship with that guy.
Right? Yes. Agreed. So, but it's reminiscent of a Zack Snyder kind of scene, but it's done well. It does show you who the other heroes are, and it's rumored there's going to be some other hero cameos.
Well, we already know we're getting the quote unquote Justice League, because Nathan Fillion's in it for sure, and he's playing the Green Lantern.
He's playing Guy Gardner Green Lantern.
And I still am angry about that.
Yeah.
He should be Hal Jordan, and he looks stupid as Guy Gardner.
He looks pretty bad.
He
looks
horrible.
That's the one detriment to that trailer. If you asked me to score it, I would take off a point for that, because it looks really bad. But
I know Hawk Girl's
cut.
Yeah, he's got.
I get it. And I get it.
But I mean that is Guy Gardner. But
it is.
Oh man, if you're going to give it to Nathan Fillion, he has voiced Green Lantern, Hal Jordan Green Lantern, for years.
Yeah.
And he's been itching to play the part. And I know he's excited just because he's getting to be one of the Green Lanterns, but come on, he should be Hal Jordan. I hate this. I really do. Anyway, I know we're getting Hawk Girl. Hawk Girl's in it.
She looks good.
Are we getting Wonder Woman? I don't think we're getting a new Wonder Woman, are we?
Not that I'm aware of. No,
okay.
No, you don't see it in the trailer. So you see, you see, what's his name? The guy with the T on his face.
Mr. Terrific.
He's in it.
Actually, I've seen some pictures of him.
It's not too bad, to be open with you.
Yeah, he looks good. Although I hate the matching uniforms everyone has. I want to see them in their regular, like Guy Gardner's got a white uniform, and it's got some symbol on it that they all have this particular symbol.
Oh,
and it's weird. It's strange.
I wonder if it's like Justice Society or something like that.
Well, no, it's more like it's corporate controlled, is what it looks like.
Hello, Brian. Welcome to the show. I just now starting with the comments. Great to have you with us, Brian.
Brian says, let's be honest, Guy Gardner character looks stupid to begin with.
Fair enough. Yeah. But
I'll accept that.
Here's this. He said, I loved it too. Yes.
Really? Interesting. Yep. But Brian totally despises Zack Snyder, so he probably likes it just despite Zack Snyder. Let's be honest.
Yep. Hey, Brian just celebrated a birthday, everybody.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday to our
friend birthday, Brian.
Now, Jeff was saying his big fear was that we're going to have too many heroes, and it's basically going to have the same problems that the Zack Snyder Justice League ran into, that he feels that they're developing too much too quickly. And I gotta agree with him. I don't know.
He may have a point. And I think I even watched the Emergency Awesome episode on the trailer.
See, I haven't watched that yet because I didn't watch the trailer. So I was like,
Yeah, I'd recommend watching the trailer. We probably could do a thing for you if you want, or you could just watch it, do a reveal or what you think about it. But even Emergency Awesome made some different comments on the trailer. Gosh, I don't want to spoil anything for you. So if I talk about that, I'm going to spoil something for you and all.
Well, I feel a little bit better that you were excited about it.
I was. It caused. I even showed it for Kelly. I had her watch it with me on our big TV downstairs with the surround sound system, and so we just because I wanted to feel like I was in the theater watching it.
That's another big thing.
The music is fantabulous.
Okay, good.
It's fantabulous. Imagine taking John Williams' score of Superman and tweaking it for modern, just tweaking it with an electric guitar solo that is reverent and not overpowering.
That's one of the things that bothered me about the Zack Snyder ones. I hated the soundtracks to them. I do not like that music. None of it is iconic. And you're going from John Williams, and Superman theme is one of the most iconic themes out there. It ranks right up with Star Wars, with Jaws, all the big ones that John Williams. Of course, I'm a huge John Williams. After all, John Williams is the man, right, Megan? But that was one of the downfalls I felt of the Zack Snyder was the soundtrack. It didn't do anything for me at all. So I'm hoping they have much more better.
Cheers, everybody. Merry Christmas.
I am drinking iced coffee this morning.
Nice.
And, I've got peppermint mocha creamer and Fennelly's Irish cream mint chocolate. Oh gosh, it's so good. I'm boozing it up this morning
already. And
dude, I'm on Christmas vacation.
Yes. Right on. Enjoy. Well, I think you'll like it just because, in high school, you loved bands and you still do. Kiss, Stryper, Iron Maiden,
Judas Priest, Metallica.
Right. And so I thought of you when I heard it, and I'm going, oh, this is the John Williams thing with a really nice guitar thing on it, like electric guitar. And so I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, just saying.
All right, let's move on.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Hard rock guitar version of John Williams. Okay, I definitely got to check out this video or this.
Yes.
Yeah. Check it out.
Brandon's in the house. Hey, Brandon.
Hey, hello.
Good to have you with us. Hello.
I feel like I should have a pie in my face when I say that.
And Corey goes, sounds like I need to make up a drink like that.
Oh my gosh. Corey. It's fantabulous.
Oh, goodness.
It's so good, man.
It is. All right. So are we ready for
Geekdar?
Let's do it.
All right. Hold on.
So we have to go back to the original one. We're having fun with eating up.
Go with the radar, sir. What's wrong with it? I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps. The what? The what? And the what? You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
It's not all.
Did it play?
It did play, yes.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't give you the thumbs up, so you know.
Yeah, I didn't see. I don't see it on my side for some weird reason. I don't get it. Okay. It makes it hard for me because I don't know that it's playing. It drives me crazy. Maybe I should bring it up in another browser so I could see it or something. I don't know. Anyway, all right. So we need to bring Megan on for this because Megan's.
Let's do this.
And
Megan. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning.
So Megan has been collecting some new comic books by a YouTuber that she frequents, and she just got her shipment yesterday, I think it was.
Yes, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. What is it? I'm excited.
I got my Jackie Boyman comics So there's two lines. There's one focusing on Jackie Boyman and the other one focusing on Marvin.
Now, is that the eyeball in the background?
I don't think it's Sam, but yeah, it's reminiscent of. This is the eyeball he's talking about. It's Jacksepticeye's icon for his YouTube channel. His name is Jacksepticeye Sam. I love him.
I know nothing about this guy.
But so I finally got the issue 1 and then issue 2.
Now, are those the one? Did what's her face from Fantasy?
No, because otherwise they'd be at Fantasy.
Oh, okay.
No, she they're one of the girls that works at Fantasy, our local comic book shop. Not the one that we frequent more.
The one in O'Fallon,
the one in
not
O'Fallon.
the one in Belleville.
She actually.
Oh, let me clarify that. They say it's Fairview. I say it's O'Fallon.
Right.
She does the art for the Marvin comics. So they're getting those in store, but they're not getting the other ones. So I have to order those online.
That's all right.
Finally came in.
Yeah. Real quick, I want to do a real quick shout out. Brogu's in the house. Hello, Brogu. Glad you're here with us.
All right. So that's our Geekdar.
Wait. I got one.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay.
I do. I was telling you a movie I watched last night.
Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's totally fine. let me see if I can get this to work here. There we go. I watched The Dead Don't Die. And it's on Netflix. It just released on Netflix. The cast is Bill Murray, Adam Driver, Tilda Swinton, Chloe, I never can say her last name, Danny Glover, Selena Gomez.
Holy crap.
Sarah Driver, Steve Buscemi, Iggy Pop was in it. He's hysterical.
Oh my God.
It's also got, some of you will recognize Austin Butler, he played the villain Fade Routh in the Dune things. Rosie Perez was in it, and it was pretty crazy. It had just an incredible cast. So I thought, oh, this should be a really good movie. You need to know what you're getting into when you get into this movie. I'm just saying. It's deadpan humor all the way through. And they break the part of the movie near the end. They kind of break the fourth wall, which they should have edited out, kind of a thing. Cause it didn't, I get they were going for a fun part in it, but I've never seen Bill Murray be so deadpan. I've never seen Adam Driver be so deadpan. Like they show, it's like this little town. The premise is this little town. I can't remember the name of the town. I know it's, everywhere they're out in the middle of nowhere kind of a thing.
Gotcha.
And what happens is because of polar fracking, the Earth's poles actually shift, and it shifts the rotation of the Earth, and it causes the moon to, that was great special effects where the moon is sending out these, harmful radiation rays or whatever, but it causes the dead to come alive. So it's a zombie movie.
Nice.
And all, but there is zombie gore in it. Just telling you, kind of a thing, which, I mean, it's not bad, but they show no emotion in it. And so it's really trying to do deadpan humor. If I was to score it, you can see IMDb, the scores are 5.5 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes, it's 54%. I would probably give it a 6 out of 10. Because if you don't know what you're getting into, or accepting the fact that this is kind of deadpan humor, and you got to really pay attention to what they're saying, because there's a point where Adam Driver says the same thing like 6 or 7 times through the film. And then finally Bill Murray at the end goes, "Why do you keep saying that?" Kind of a thing. And so there's those kinds of moments in it. And so it's really a slow burn. It's really meant to be about just the deadpan, just we're showing no emotion. And yet you would assume that everybody would be showing all this emotion because it's the zombie apocalypse kind of a thing. Iggy Pop's character is pretty funny.
Too, one heck of a cast.
Yeah. And I thought it would be much more better. and because of that cast, kind of a thing. Cheers, everybody. So I don't know if anyone else has seen it. It is not. I thought it would become one of my favorite zombie movies. Now that I'm getting into horror movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Not
it's there.
It's not. And I was like, oh man, because here's Bill Murray, here's Adam Driver. Now they're all acting great. So I know it's not their acting because they are doing what this film was meant to do. The premise of the film was great. The style of the film, of this deadpan dialogue, I'll put it that way, not even humor, deadpan dialogue for everybody was real quirky, but they all did a great job acting and stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, there you have it. And there you are, everybody. There's
comedies are very hit or miss.
Yeah. There's some out there that
There's
are good.
some.
There's some, like the Valentine one with the zombies. I like that one.
I have not seen that.
Warm Bodies.
Movie.
Warm Bodies. I have not seen that.
That is funny. I think that's a funny movie.
Now, who's the male lead in that? That is.
Gosh, I don't remember now.
What's his face?
What's his face?
He was the same guy that was in.
Yeah, we talked about this recently, didn't we?
We did it in our Dracula movie, Renfield. Right?
Yeah. He was
Renfield.
Yeah, Renfield.
Yeah, he was Renfield. He is also the same actor who plays Lex Luthor in the new Superman movie. Nicholas Hoult.
Oh, is that who it is? Okay.
Yep, Nicholas Hoult.
Oh wow, this all connects.
It does. I was getting there. Round robin, everybody, but Nicholas Hoult, and I think he's a good actor, actually. So I'm looking forward to his rendition of Lex Luthor.
Huh. Is he going to be bald?
There we go.
Warm
Do what?
He's
going to be bald. Yep. Oh, Brian's got a comment here. Sorry, Brian, I just missed it. Yes, Jim Jarmusch. His movies are either love it, or hate it. Yeah, he says love it or hate it.
Yeah, I loved Warm Bodies. I thought Warm Bodies was a great movie. Megan and I went and seen it together. Brenda refused to watch it, and I was like, I don't understand why.
I own it somewhere.
She's like, well, this was before she got into Walking Dead, of course.
And I've never been a zombie fan.
And I'm like, but it's a love story, actually. I don't understand why you don't like it. And she just refuses to watch it.
I also find it funny that I love that movie because it's not just a love story; it's Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, that's true.
And I hate Romeo and Juliet.
It is true. It pretty much is Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah. Well, I'll wait. If you guys ever decide to watch it, then we can talk about it. Because I don't want to spoil it if you want to watch it. Because I have some comments about it. It's not bad. It's just you have to know what you're getting into. And when you're expecting something and it's that style, if you understand it's going to be that style, I think you'll get a lot more out of it. Because there are some funny moments in it just because of the deadpan style and all. Brian says Warm Bodies is the zombie Romeo and Juliet.
I totally agree with you. You are right. You are absolutely right, Brian.
Does that mean they all die at the end? That's what happens in Romeo and Juliet. I don't like movies where everybody dies at the end.
Did Luna appear on screen?
You could see her.
Just real quick, yeah.
Apparently she wants to be on the podcast. She's very talkative this morning. I took her for a WALK. She played with her best friend. I even took her out and played with the balls with her for a little bit just before we went on, hoping that she wouldn't be this crazy. And Brenda's working this morning, so I got to put up with her. So sorry.
Right.
If you hear interruptions from my dog, that's why. They were dead to begin with. They were dead.
Right. I hate it where everybody dies at the end, is what I stated. And then Brian came back and says, they were dead to begin with.
Oh, sorry.
Fair play, Brian.
Barking in my face.
Fair play, Brian. That's all right. Okay.
All right. We ready for the main event?
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do the main event. It's time for the main event.
Now I can hear that one. That's the only one I've been able to see it here all morning. So
It's all good.
I knew it. All right. So main event. Today we are going to be discussing our favorite versions of A Christmas Carol. Well, our top 3, they don't necessarily have to be in your order of 1, 2, 3, just our top 3 in general.
Okay.
So who wants to start?
Well, first off, let me share with everybody.
How many Christmas Carol movies?
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say 10. Let's say 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Now, see, that one's in there twice. So there may be some in here twice. 60, 65, 70. Let's just say there's a bunch, and I'm still scrolling down. There may be some duplicates, just saying. There's even a Rich Little Christmas Carol.
I didn't know that. That's funny.
That's crazy talk.
Gosh.
Then there's a Dublin Christmas Carol.
So while we're talking about this, list your favorite Christmas carols in the chat too.
Yes, because we'll see if they match up. We'll have a good time with that.
Yeah.
All right.
So, and I have to give credit. I have to give credit to Megan for this. This was her idea for a topic because I was looking for another Christmas idea, and Megan's like, "Dad, why don't we do our favorite Christmas carols?" Although 2 of the 3 of mine and Megan's are the same. So,
now everybody, just for the record, we have not shared our lists.
No.
So,
well, Megan and I have, but
yes. Well, yeah, I haven't.
We also pretty much knew each other's lists.
Right.
Anyway.
We did. Now, Stevens, I don't know for sure, and I got a feeling one is going to overlap in all 3.
Excellent.
I have this feeling.
Excellent.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Who wants to start?
Well, you 2 should start because you guys have the
Okay. All right.
a very similar list.
Well, Megan, we'll go ahead and let you start. You came up with the idea.
Ladies first. Yeah. You kudos first.
I came up with the idea because Christmas Carol is my favorite story in general for Christmas.
You and me both.
Really?
Yep.
Well, when I told my wife what we were doing today, it was the exact opposite.
Really?
It is not her. She does not like the Charles Dickens Christmas Carol story.
Really?
I
find that fascinating.
I'm like, I've known you this long and I've never known that.
Wow.
See, opportunity for it.
I have too. I, to me, it has a great Christian theme to it, because it's all about redemption.
Yeah, I said, maybe it's restoration, it's reconciliation, it's, he's bad at the beginning and he becomes good at the end and he becomes a giving and happy person. And so it was kind of fun. She goes, I just never connect with it. I'm like, okay, fair enough. Some people do, some people don't.
Oh, sure. I get it.
Yeah. I guess that's why I was sleeping on the couch last night. I'm just kidding, everybody. I'm just teasing. I'm teasing everybody.
Does she like A Wonderful Life?
We are going to be having some conversations about Christmas movies because this was late last night. So I'm sure we'll continue this conversation tomorrow or today, and I'll talk with her about it.
Just curious. I actually had watched, Brenda and I had never watched A Wonderful Life until about 2 years ago. It was the first time we ever actually watched that movie.
I always mix that and Miracle
on 34th Street. Now that's your mother's favorite. The original Miracle on 34th Street is your mother's favorite Christmas
She likes the original
movie.
More?
Okay.
Yes. He prefers the original to the 80s, 90s remake. Now, the 90s remake she enjoys, but she likes the original better.
That's funny.
She likes
the 90s one better.
She likes it much
more better. Cheers. Okay. Well, we do have a comment. Brian, I'm going to hold off on your comment for a second because I want Megan, I'm going to let Megan take first shot for ladies first on their favorite, and then we'll get to yours. Should be interesting.
So I have no order anyway.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
These
That's
are
fine.
my 3 absolute favorites. These tie for my favorite.
Sounds good. Okay.
But
Number 1.
Trying to figure out which order I want to go though.
Just shoot.
We'll go with I'll start with Scrooged.
Excellent choice.
I thought for sure that's on Mike's list. Is that on your list, Mike?
Yes, sir, it is. I love me some Bill Murray.
There it is. Oops, I'm on the wrong page, everybody. I did that wrong. Ta-da! There we go. Oh, let me stop that's going to slow my thing down. Scrooge. This one here with Bill Murray, right?
Yes.
Yep. Francis Xavier.
I've grown up watching this. This has
Yes, you have.
become one of my absolute favorite versions of A Christmas Carol. I love Bill Murray. Granted, I still am lacking on some of his movies, but this will always be one of my favorites. It's great tradition to watch it.
Sometimes you just got to slap him in the face. Fine, slap me in the face, but you kick me in the butt.
IMDb rating is 6.9 out of 10. Do you agree or disagree with that rating?
Hell no.
That's a 10 out of 10.
That's a 10. It is one of the greatest Christmas movies ever.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
IMDb is full of crap.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
They're full of reindeer crap.
That's funny. So, man, it's Bill Murray Day because we just talked about Bill Murray and Dead Don't Die. So,
I love me some Bill Murray.
I want to say, even though I've watched it just as many times, it's probably the one I know the least. Like, I cannot quote it. Obviously, Dad can quote it. But
Bitch hit me with a toaster.
I can quote the least outside of watching it. Like, if I'm watching it, I can quote it as it goes along. But
Yeah.
I can't quote it outside of knowing it.
well, we've got Bill Murray, Karen Allen, John Glover, John Forsythe, Bobcat Goldthwait. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Bobcat's great in this movie too.
David Johansen, Robert Mitchum, Carol Kane. Man, there's just Alfre Woodard. What? Wow. Jamie Farr,
Yeah.
Lee Majors,
Yeah. Oh,
Buddy Hackett.
Lee Majors is a fantastic role. In fact, I always wanted the part that Lee Majors is in. I always wanted that turned into its own separate movie.
I haven't seen Scrooge in so long, so I'll probably watch it this season.
Well,
It's
that's a
been a while.
promo for IBC. IBC is the television network that Francis Xavier is the president of, and so they're doing all these Christmas promos, right? One of them is a Cajun Christmas with gosh, I can't think of his name. He died a few years ago, I think. Anyway, one's that, and then the other is my favorite, which is the night the reindeer died, and Santa's workshop gets attacked by terrorists, and Lee Majors shows up to defend the shop and get Santa out of there and everything, right? And Lee Majors comes barreling into the shop, and Santa goes, "It's Lee Majors, the Bionic Man."
That's awesome.
You've been a very good boy.
Oh,
He's like,
gosh.
"Come on, Santa, we got to get out of here." This is one Santa that's not going out the back door. I'm going out the front door. And Lee Majors says, "Santa, it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a hill of beans whatever happens to me. You're the important one here." "Oh, Lee Majors, that's a good boy."
We're going to have to get a clip of that. That's
It is
awesome.
so funny. And I'm like, I wish they would have turned that into a real movie. That would have been awesome.
That would have been good. Okay, real quick, let's get Brian's on the thing. He goes, "My favorite version is Scrooge, starring Albert Finney as Scrooge and Alec Guinness as Marley. It's a musical, and I don't normally like musicals, but the songs are great in this version."
Ah, okay.
I have to admit, I don't think I've ever seen that.
I don't think I've ever seen that either.
And man,
That's
you must be an Alec Guinness fan because he had several movies he's recommended that Alec Guinness has been a part of or
Right.
let us know about. He just knows his geeky trivia. That's really what it boils down to.
All right. So, Megan, what's your next one?
The next one I'm going to talk about is the Muppets Christmas.
Yes.
That is my
Mine.
number one.
Is it really?
It is my number one.
That's
is
the one
Muppets
I
Christmas Carol.
had a feeling this was the overlap
Across
between the
all of them.
three of us.
Yeah.
I absolutely love A Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
It's such a great movie.
So I got a fun little trivia with Muppet Christmas Carol. This is off of IMDb, of course.
Okay.
First of all, the storyline is retelling of the classic Dickens tale of Ebenezer Scrooge, miser extraordinaire. He is held accountable for his dastardly ways during nighttime visitations by ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future, which is the basic Christmas Carol story. The interesting trivia on this is before the production began, Sir Michael Caine told producer and director Brian Henson, "I'm going to play this movie like I'm working with the Royal Shakespeare Company. I will never wink. I will never do anything Muppety. I am going to play Scrooge as if it is an utterly dramatic role. There is no puppets around, and there are no puppets around me." Henson replied, "Yes, bang on." And that is the way I've always felt that this was portrayed, that he did such a great job of actually thinking, actually making us believe that the Muppet characters, that the puppets are actually real live characters and not just puppets, which is one of the reasons this is one of my top Christmas Carol movies.
That is great trivia. That's a good one. I never realized that. That is really cool.
I thought that was
I
fun.
want to talk about the song.
Yes, go ahead.
So, which I did notice this when Disney Plus became a thing. I did notice this. But there is a song that was cut from the original film. And that's the song between Ebenezer and his love interest in this one.
Interesting.
During the past, when they're visiting the past. And I've always noticed that. I just never quite remembered it because I don't think I had seen it too many times with the song before it became available without it.
Well, you definitely didn't see it in the theaters when it was
No.
released, because it was released in 1992.
No,
So that was
but I
before
know
you were born.
But I know that we had seen we had a version of it. I don't know if we owned it.
I think we did. Yeah,
We may have owned it.
we have it on DVD somewhere.
So that might have been how I knew it with the song. But then when we started watching on Disney Plus instead, they cut the song on Disney Plus.
Right.
And I hate that because it's such an important part to me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Well, here's Zig. Here's Zig from Notre Dame Murder. He says this: "Stop cutting songs." Right.
Okay, so according to IMDb, alternate versions, when originally showed in theaters, Belle's song "When Love Is Gone" was cut. Director Brian Henson protested this decision, but then the head of Disney, Jeffrey Katzenberg, felt that the song was too sad for a children's movie. The removal leaves the scene quite short and abrupt and damages the pacing, and it was reinstated on all full screen. This is funny. All full screen home video copies of the film, including the Laserdisc, widescreen 2, VHS, and first DVD release at the insistence of Brian Henson for the Kermit's 50th anniversary edition DVD. The full screen version includes "When Love Is Gone," and the widescreen version cuts the song. Isn't that weird?
that is weird. But it is back.
Right. So it goes on to say the UK re-release from Park Circus in 2012 includes the song. Even though the version shown on Disney Plus is the theatrical cut, the song is still included as an extra for the first time in high def. But in December of 2022, in celebration of the film's 30th anniversary, the song was once again placed back into the movie. But you have to go under the heading The Muppets Christmas Carol Uncut Version to view that version of it.
It's in the extras.
Right. So if you go watch it on Disney Plus and you want that song, make sure you go into the extras and select the uncut version to get that. So there you go, Zig.
Nice. Here's what Zig here says also that says physical media saves the world.
Yeah.
Real quick, Brian.
The streaming is nice.
Right. So Brian did say this. I had this up. I don't know if you saw it, but he saw a meme that Michael Caine treated the Muppets like actors, and Tim Curry in Muppets Treasure Island treated himself like a fellow Muppet.
I've heard.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was. Yeah.
And that makes sense for Tim Curry too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. Yes.
I still yet to see that one, but I want to.
Hey, Megan, you go ahead and tell your third. I'm going to let her out while you talk about that one.
So if we actually go back to Brian's other comment about his favorite version, mine is the updated version of that.
Is the updated version of that?
My last one, yes. So my last one for my tide of absolute favorites would be the 2022 animated Netflix special Scrooge, A Christmas Carol, which is based off of the version of Scrooge starring Albert Finney. I can't talk. And they took like 5 of the songs from the original musical and put them in.
Really? So Scrooge, that's the 1970 version is what Brian is referencing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they redid it. Here, I got it. I have not watched it. I have not seen this one.
With Luke Evans as Scrooge.
Yeah, so here we go. Here it is. Oops, there, let me stop this because I don't want that. So Scrooge, A Christmas Carol, and it is Luke Evans stars in it. Who else is in it?
He's Gaston from
the live action Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, right.
Yes. Or if you've seen Dracula Untold, he plays the main guy in that one. So, and he was also in the Lord of the Rings movies, the Hobbit ones. Let me rephrase that. He was in the Hobbit trilogy.
We watched it last night. I liked it more than I thought I was going to. It's a pretty fun version.
Is it?
Yeah.
So she says this is a remake of the Albert Finney one.
Well, it's inspired by.
It's inspired by, so it still has the music and stuff with it.
Yeah.
Is it the same songs and everything?
Is that the one Brian was talking about?
Yes.
Oh.
That's the one it's based off of.
Oh, cool.
So the one Brian talked about was a 1970 version, and she's saying this is the updated to that one.
So Brian should probably check this one out then.
So the 6 songs that they took from the original and redid was Christmas Children, I Like Life, Happiness, The Beautiful Day, Thank You Very Much, and I'll Begin Again.
My critique of this one is that Fred isn't Fred. It drives me crazy. I forget.
Harry,
not Fred.
His nephew is Harry in this.
He's supposed to be Fred. Drives me nuts.
But I also love it because I love Christmas Past because she's voiced by Olivia Colman. And I don't know if it's technically a nod to Doctor Who, but I take it as a nod to Doctor Who because Olivia Colman, both Torchwood and she was Prisoner Zero in Doctor Who. But
oh, she was Prisoner Zero.
Not Torchwood.
That's who this was?
Broadchurch.
Yeah. She's the one she's the one I actually thought that they should have cast as the female doctor instead of the other one who also came.
I remember you talking about that. Yeah.
Jodie Whittaker was also in that show too. Broadchurch. And I wasn't a fan of Jodie Whittaker that much. I liked her better. I liked her much more better. Cheers.
Which one are you talking about? The Olivia?
Yeah.
Was that her name?
You like Olivia?
Yeah, I liked Olivia. I think she would have made a more interesting a female doctor.
But she plays Christmas Past. And at one point,
Olivia Colman.
she uses the L on Z, and I take that as
I missed that.
I know the dog was.
Oh, yes, dog was being the dog.
Yes.
Oh, that's too bad. I missed that.
Very cool.
But it was
Okay.
L on Z,
And
and
what-
I always take that as a nod to Doctor Who. Because
What year did this come out?
2 years ago.
Okay. I'll bet you it was.
Um,
I'll bet you it was a nod to Doctor Who.
I can't
Yeah,
find
2022.
it, but I always take it as a nod.
That
'Cause
I
makes
gave it a 6.2 out of 10.
Because Broadchurch, she co-starred with David Tennant, and David Tennant's doctor was the one that constantly said Al on Z.
gotcha.
So I always take it as a nod to Doctor Who,
Nice,
and I love that.
nice.
Also, Olivia Colman is also the only female cop in Hot Fuzz.
Really, I didn't know. I've
That's
never
funny.
watched Hot Fuzz. I've never.
Six-
You
Watched,
have not seen Hot Fuzz?
I have never seen Hot Fuzz.
Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one. It's that whole Shaun of the Dead trilogy kind of a thing.
Right.
You know, those guys and stuff. I enjoyed it. Timothy Dalton was in it. It's like, why is James Bond in this movie? Kind of a thing. And I didn't know what I was getting into when I watched it. Again, I didn't know. I just like, oh, this should be funny. They did the same guys who did Shaun of the Dead. Okay, cool. And dude, there's gore in it that was just like, oh, what did I just see?
Okay, then. I know everyone talks about Hot Fuzz, but I've never watched it.
Yeah. Oh, real quick. This is for you.
Everything is a nod
Megan.
to Doctor Who.
Yes.
Everything is a nod to Doctor Who. And Brogu agreed with Zig. He's right. Physical media does save the world.
That's pretty funny. Nice. Nice.
Even though this one's only 2 years old, I know this one the most because
Nice.
I've watched it a lot.
Very cool.
The only one that I will watch, even if it's not in the Christmas season,
Oh, wow. Okay.
mostly because I'm obsessed with the songs.
Gotcha. Well, okay. So my three. Well, first I will start with, I saw a Christmas Carol advertised on Hulu earlier this week.
Okay.
And it looked interesting, so I thought I'd give it a shot. It's a 2019 BBC production. Gollum. Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis stars as the Ghost of Christmas Past, which he does a fantastic job. The actors are good. The acting I liked. I don't like the retelling of the story that they did. Because the retelling of the story, it was more focused on Marley than it was Scrooge, and which was different. I mean,
Weird.
it was kind of interesting because you see Marley in different scenes, after he's dead and everything, but it's like the redemption of Marley, which to me is like this kind of pointless and doesn't make sense. And there's a lot of language in the film, a lot of cursing in the film, and not that I have a problem with that. I mean, obviously I don't. I love Scrooge, and Scrooge has all kinds of cursing in the film. But to me, Scrooge is different because it's a modern retelling of the story in a modern day setting, where this is supposed to be the original setting and everything. And I just don't like it. I don't feel it's appropriate in that style of storytelling, So I would not recommend this one. It is
almost 3 hours
yeah.
long, and
Oh
I
no,
tapped out
it's
just
over
before an hour.
It's over 3 hours long. I held in because I wanted to see how it ended, but yeah, it was a rough one to get through. I do not recommend it at all, but that's just me.
Good to know.
Anyway,
Okay.
so let's go on with the ones that I enjoy. So, as Megan said, I have two overlaps. I have the Muppets Christmas Carol. I remember going to see Muppets Christmas Carol in the theaters. I believe Brenda and I went and seen that on a date.
Nice.
And then, of course, Scrooged. Me and my best friend in high school, Jason Tessmer. He and I saw that in the movie theaters, and we love Bill Murray. Both of us loved Bill Murray then. I still love Bill Murray today. And I remember the ending scene of that film when Bill Murray's, he's singing and hamming it up and everything, and he's like, okay, let me hear all the men in the theater. Okay, all the real men. All right, now, just the women. Okay, no, the real women. And then he goes, you two, the ones that were making all the noise in the theater. Yeah, you. And Jason and I went, he's talking to us. Granted, I'm sure a lot of people did that, but I have very fond memories of that movie. It is extremely quotable, and it is one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies. I absolutely love it. So, yes, that's where the two, Megan and I, overlap. And, of course, she grew up on those movies because we watched them almost every single Christmas. We usually do not miss those. My third one is going to be off the wall. This is a much different one, and this connects to my mother. This was actually was it CBS, or I had this on IMDb and then I accidentally closed the
tab.
The tab. Thank you.
It's okay. Which one was it?
It's An American Christmas Carol, and it stars Henry Winkler.
Really?
Yes. Here it is.
Okay.
An American Christmas Carol, 1979. This was a made-for-TV movie. And this actually was one of my mother's favorite Christmas carols. And I watched this and I fell in love with it. It is a different take on the Christmas Carol story. It's funny because in here it says, for the storyline, it says in a Depression era New England, but that's wrong. I mean, it's titled An American Christmas Story.
Right.
So it actually takes place at the beginning of the industrial age in America. And you have Henry Winkler, and he's playing, quote unquote, the Scrooge. His character's name is actually, where is it? It's on here somewhere. I forget what his character's name is. It's not Scrooge, though. Stone. Something Stone. Anyway, he's very similar to Scrooge, and he lends money and so on and so forth, but he's also getting into other businesses and stuff like this. And so it's very much like A Christmas Carol, but again, it's in early America, early 1900s America. So you've got the beginning of the car, you got the early cars and stuff like that. And it's just an interesting take. And I think that era fit the story really well, so I really like this version. It has become one of my favorites. Granted, yes, that's nostalgic because it ties to my mom, but at the same time, I think it's a great story. It's one that a lot of people do not know about. In fact, Brenda didn't even know this movie existed. I think it was about 10 years ago. I got nostalgic for it, and I was looking for it and couldn't find it. And her and Roger actually found it for me and got it for me on DVD.
Nice.
Yeah. So I try to watch it most Christmases. I don't watch it every single one. And I think Henry Winkler does a great job in the movie. And as you can see there, he was actually pretty young. He's still in his younger days when he filmed it. This is probably not long after Happy Days had ended. And they do a pretty good job on his makeup job to make him look old. So there on the cover, you can see him looking old when he's stoned.
Right. Very cool. And
again, these are not in order of my favorites, but those are my top three right there.
Okay. I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's a great movie.
It's on Freevee.
There you go. And it's just a different take on the story. I really like it.
Right. Yeah. Right on. Okay. Well, let's see. So Scrooged, we already hit that one. Wait. Before this, Brian said this. You guys got to watch the Goes Wrong Show version of A Christmas Carol. It's available on YouTube. Absolutely hilarious version. Anything the Goes Wrong Show does is comedy gold. I've never heard of them. I'm totally going to check it out.
Okay. All right. I'll have to check that out, Brian. Goes Wrong Show. I like the title of it. That's funny.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, Zig, I'm not sure what Zig was saying. It was so good too because we were.
Yeah, I don't know. Let us know which one you were referring to, Zig.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Jim Carrey, when this one came out, I saw it in the theaters. The Christmas Carol. It was the one that Disney did with in 2009 of the latest computer animation kind of thing. And at the time, it was really like, wow, kind of a thing. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun one. Because it was Robert Zemeckis that did it. He's done a lot of movies. Gary Oldman's in it. Colin Firth is in it. And I thought, okay, this is probably a really good one. Now, to be open with you, it's not one that I watch every year. I don't want the videos. I was going to show some of the pictures. I don't watch it every year.
Well, apparently you don't watch Scrooge in your house every year.
You're right.
I don't watch it every year and stuff like that. But back then, this was incredible computer animation, and it was. Yeah,
you can really see Jim Carrey's face in Scrooge there.
Mm-hmm.
See, I can't watch that one. It creeps me out.
I remember going to see it, and I thought it was decent. It doesn't fall in my top ones, but you know what? Look, his Christmas past as a candle, Megan.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Just
Interesting.
like Scrooge.
Yeah. But just for computer animation at the time, I thought it was really good. So, yeah. Oh, okay. Zig was saying that the Henry Winkler one was so good.
Yes.
And his name was Stark.
Yeah, that's right. Stark. Yep.
So then my other one is, I think you called me out on this one earlier, but was for a nice, good classical rendition of A Christmas Carol was the one with Patrick Stewart.
Nice.
They did on TV, and they based it on the novel.
Version. This is a good version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I liked he's Shakespearean actor trained kind of a thing, very similar to Kane. But I can't say his name all of a sudden. But then Michael Caine, thank you. Yeah, but I thoroughly enjoyed this one just for a nice classic version of A Christmas Carol if I'm in the mood for that. So, but I don't watch it every year either because I really watch Christmas Carol every year.
He has actually performed A Christmas Carol by himself.
Oh, like on stage?
Yeah, he has done it. I think you can find some YouTube videos of him doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like his version.
Sure.
His version is very good.
Yeah, it's really good. So anyway, those are mine. Those you already picked out the really good ones you guys did. So I was like,
wait. Yeah. It was, what was your three? Was
Muppet,
Carrey,
Muppet, Jim Carrey, and then Patrick Stewart.
Nice. So Muppets was the crossover between all three of us then.
It was, yes. Brian said he had the Patrick Stewart version on the audio back when it was a one-man play.
Nice.
Okay. Right on.
See, I've seen some clips of that, and it's really good. I like that too. You just made Megan disappear.
I did?
She went away.
Where'd she go?
I don't know. She was beamed to black. Steven's playing with the scenes, and he doesn't know how to use them yet. See, I'm not the only one who don't know how to use this thing. Well, I guess Megan's done with the version of the show.
No, wait. Yeah, where is she? Oh, here. That's because I accidentally took her off screen. There she is. Sorry about that, Megan.
That's
It's
funny.
okay.
That's hilarious. Yeah, those are the ones I like the best. I gotta say, Scrooged is probably my all time favorite, though.
Is it? Do you watch
Yeah.
it every year?
Yeah. I mean, unless we have a really crazy hectic Christmas and I miss it, I pretty much watch it every year.
And it may not happen like before Christmas, but
Yeah, sometimes it happens after Christmas, but we try to watch it during the Christmas season for sure.
Nice.
And then
Well-
Megan and I always watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation right after Thanksgiving. That kicks off the Christmas holidays.
Nice. Okay.
Now Brenda won't watch Christmas Vacation; she hates it. But that is one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies. Right there is Christmas Vacation. So, and we will be watching Violent Night this year.
Yes, I'm getting ready to watch it. Yes, this weekend.
I got a great deal on iTunes for $9.99. So
nice. Very nice.
I will definitely be watching Violent Night. That is going into my yearly rotation for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That is a fantastic movie. I love it. And I got a feeling Red One next year will end up in the yearly rotation.
I enjoyed Red One. We talked about it on the show already, but yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I guess we could have done our favorite Santa Claus movies too.
We could have. We probably could have. Well, one last comment. What does Brian say? Same, Michael. Christmas Vacation was what I would traditionally watch while putting up the tree. Nice.
There was a family in St. Louis that was recently featured on the news. They were featured on the news yesterday, as a matter of fact. And he basically recreates the Griswold house. That he has all the lights kind of very similarly placed like Clark does. And then he's got a giant blow up of the RV, a giant blow up of Eddie, and a blow up of Clark, and Clark's holding the electrical plugs together, and a great scene. Really fun Christmas scene that he put together to just pay tribute to A Christmas Vacation. And apparently a lot of people are driving by to see it. So
that's cool.
And I think our power did go down slightly last night. So maybe it was
very good.
Really
all right.
Honorary mention.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So if I would have had this idea 2 years ago before Scrooge came out, my other one probably would have been Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Because I love Scrooge McDuck.
Right on. That's worth an honorable mention.
So I just wanted to throw that out there.
And I remember as a kid, I used to watch Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol every year too.
Yeah, right on. All right. Well, hey, everybody, thanks for joining us. We're at that hour mark. Well, a little bit beyond that, but that's okay. If you have, if you've never been to our website before, please check us out at our website at www.twogeeksmike.com. There you'll see kind of what's on
number 2.
That's the number 2, GEEKSMIC.com. If you want to reach out to us, just say, hey, go to our website, show at twogeeksmike.com. And on our website, if you go there, you can also get a link to this, our merch page, www.twogeeksmikemerch.com. And if you want to help support us, all the money goes just to pay for all this stuff to do the podcast, the webcast and all that kind of stuff. It's Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/2geeks, the number 2, GEEKS. You can find us there. You can search us 2 Geeks on a Microphone and stuff like that. So, all right. Anything else, Mr. Mike?
No. Other than that, just make sure to go and like and subscribe to us on Facebook and all the socials, and YouTube, and Rumble, because we are live on Rumble now.
So exciting.
But make sure and give us a like and a thumbs up on Facebook and Rumble, and follow us over there because supposedly the algorithms like that. We are getting a small following on Rumble. I'm very happy with that. So, and then Facebook, I try to post funny memes or any information about upcoming episodes, like when we go live. Speaking of going live, we go live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You do the math on the rest because I don't like math. All right. With that said, Stephen, anything else?
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yes. Have a very Merry Christmas, everyone. God bless us, everyone.
They would.
Why in the world did that come up?
So you could show the closing video, and I guess it was still going or something.
I don't know. That was weird. All right. So with that said, please do not, Steven, skip. Oh, what is this? And all your EPs are available. Oh, yes. Thank you, Brian. That's great to mention that. So I did bring this up last week, I believe, or the week before last. It was brought to my attention from Jeff from Nerdery and Murdery. He's always looking out for us. He's got our back. Anyway, Jeff was informing me because we do have the upcoming crossover coming up in January, the big mega crossover that you do not want to miss, where we will be teaming up with Nerdery and Murdery and the Three Geeky Dads for our take on the television series, the 80s television series V. If you haven't seen V, go back and watch some clips of it or go back and watch it. Check that out and get ready for this big, massive episode. Anyway, Jeff was telling one of his listeners that we'd crossed over with them a few other times, and he had suggested going back and listen to our crossovers. And lo and behold, it wasn't there. Our episodes only went back to like 153 or something like that. And Brian pointed, because I started re-uploading some of our old episodes because I didn't know what was going on. And Brian pointed out to me that this very same thing happened to him, and he had to change the number in the RSS feed. So I upped our number from 100 to 500. We are all good. All episodes are available. You can go back and hear our very first promos, our very first episode, anything you want. So they are all there.
All right. Just to speak to the whole big crossover, Brian calls it the Menage a Pod.
Oh, man. I may have to title it that. I like that one.
Yep.
Menage a Pod.
Love it. Love it. All right. Well, with that, thanks, everybody.
All right. With that said, do not, Steven, skip this episode because we are much more better than the rest. Merry Christmas. Thank you for joining us today on the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,
May the force be with you.
Did I forget something, big man?